Milwaukee's Gen 2 M12 fuel stubby impact wrench. Now, just a few short weeks ago, we were at Milwaukee Pipeline in Milwaukee, and we got to see for the first time the Generation 2 M12 fuel stubby impact wrench. Now, we've had the old M12 stubby, and that thing is a beast for the size. It's just a fun little impact because they don't weigh anything, and you can break so much stuff free, including lug nuts if you want to, and they're small enough and they're not corroded. And anyway, I'm not going to go down that road. If you're a wheel guy, if you're pulling lug nuts off all the time, this is not your go-to impact wrench. Even though it may be able to break those free, don't buy this if you're busting lug nuts free all the time. Just trust me on that. Anyway, these things are a blast. And I'm telling you, at weighing just over 3 pounds, they get a lot of work done. But before I give it all away, let's dive in and take a look at the features. And then we'll go over to the test rig and see what they actually eke out. Let's get started. Now, here's something we've been waiting on from Milwaukee for quite some time, and that is an upgraded M12 fuel stubby impact wrench. And when we went to Pipeline just a few weeks ago, that's exactly what we got. It's exactly what you have sitting in front of you here. We have the 2562 and the 2563. The 62 is the 3/8 drive M12 fuel stubby, and the 2563 is the 1/2 drive M12 fuel stubby. Now, both these are identical in nature as far as performance goes. Well, we'll actually test that and see. Obviously, we have a smaller anvil with a 3/8, larger anvil with the 1/2. And you'll notice right away, I've got the old stubby sitting here. And you'll see right away, now we have the tri-LED or the 3 LED lights here surrounding the anvil versus the old LED that used to sit down here below the anvil. So get a little better job of surrounding that fastener with the light versus just shining up from the bottom. Now, the argument would be once you get into a large enough socket, you may be covering all of that. But for a stubby, I doubt you should be running a socket that large, even though we will be today in our testing. Now, you can get this as a bare tool. You can also get this as a kit kitted with 2 batteries, which comes, I think, with the 5.0 high output battery, XC 5.0, and with the CP 2.5, which is the smaller battery. You can get it with that kit and an M12 charger. We'll go over pricing here in a few moments. Now, let's go over and talk about some of the specs on this, because basically they're saying that we've almost doubled the power output from the M12 stubby. There's also some other changes in addition to the light as well. If we take a look at how we shift gears or shift modes, so if you'll see here on the top of the old M12 stubby, we had a blister button or a push button that we would push here to shift the modes from 1, 2, 3, and then bolt removal or auto mode, whatever you wanted to call that. Now we still have the same modes. In other words, we have 3 different power settings. So power 1, power 2, power 3, or speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. And then the bolt removal or auto mode, which is going to basically stop the tool when it's tightening at about 15 foot-pounds or as soon as it impacts. And then it's going to also slow it down once it breaks something free. So the difference being, we have the same type of modes, but shifting, here we had to push a button. Here we don't push a button. Actually, what we do, so right now, we're in Tighten mode. If we want to shift gears here, we don't have to use 2 hands. I just shift this to neutral, so I'm going to shift it halfway. Okay, and now I'm going to push the button twice. Click, click, and that shifted gears or shifted modes. Click, click, and now I'm speed 1, click, click, speed 2, click, click, speed 3. So 2 quick pulls of the trigger and that shifts the gears, and then you can put that back into tighten or loosen, and then you're good to go again. So pretty cool idea that, again, is eliminating the need to put another hand up here to push a button if you're under a vehicle or running a wheel off, something like that. Now you can do that with a single hand just by shifting into neutral and double clicking. Now, if you look at the size of these, they're still pretty identical. There may be a slight change, but like between these, if there is any, it's literally between batteries because the sizes are almost identical. Now, Milwaukee also updated the motor, the electric motor, the brushless motor on these as well to get that additional power out of this tool. So more copper in the motor, larger motor, just a more efficient and a more powerful motor all around, being able to drive more force to that anvil. Now, as I mentioned, the 4 modes are the same, whether it be on the 3/8 drive or the 1/2 inch drive, but let's go over the speeds on these. And again, it's going to translate between both of these. So let's go to speed 1. So speed 1, always we get a variable speed trigger, so we can go about as slow as we want and speed that up. And that's going to go from 0 to 930 RPM. And then in speed 2, let's shift into speed 2. And that's going to take us 0 all the way up to 2100 RPM. And then we'll go into speed 3. And that's going to take us 0 to 3000 RPM. So 3000 RPM for both these tools at the highest setting. Now looking at impacts per minute, so the amount of times it hits per minute, you're going to be 0 to 1500 in speed 1, 0 to 3000 in speed 2, and 0 to 3300 in speed 3. And I think when we're in bolt removal mode, I think the top is like 1300 RPM. Now let's go ahead and weigh these. They'll probably be about the same. The 3/8 drive with the 5.0 battery is 3 pounds, 1.5 ounces. And let's go ahead and we'll keep things the same because it's the 6.0 battery. Put the 5.0 on the 1/2 inch, so 3 pounds, 1 ounce, 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Or was that 3 pounds, 2.5, 1.5? Let's go. So 3 pounds, 2 ounces for the 1/2 inch anvil. 3 pounds, 1.5 ounces. So it looks like we're talking about a 1/2 ounce, and that's probably all in that anvil right there. And let's just see if with the 6.0 battery, 3 pounds, 2 ounces, so identical weight. About a 1/2 ounce or a 1/2 ounce less on the 3/8 drive. So still a 3-pound tool that you're holding in your hand that if you can get 500 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, that's pretty amazing. And by the way, I don't even think we have mentioned that. So ratings on this power-wise is 550 foot-pounds of breakaway torque or nut-busting torque with the M12 Stubbies, the new M12 Stubbies. So 550 foot-pounds for the 3/8, the same for the 1/2 inch. And then they're claiming 400 foot-pounds of fastening torque for both of the Stubbies as well. Let's go ahead, take these guys over and put them on our test bench and see what we find for breakaway torque. All right, if you've seen our impact wrench test before, then you probably know the drill, but we're going to take our torque gun and we're going to torque these starting at 150 foot-pounds, and then we're going to go to 200, 300, and 400. Now, the only reason we're starting at 150 is that's kind of the floor, the entry level of our actual torque gun, and so that's where we're going to start, and we know we're going to hit 150 anyway, and then we'll jump to 200 and go to 100-pound increments after that. Now, if we get through these to 400, we'll start back here at 500, and these fasteners aren't supposed to be torqued over 500, but we're going to go ahead and stay with the smaller fasteners until we have to go to the larger fastener. So we'll carry these to 600 or 700 foot-pounds if we get that far, and then move on to the larger fasteners. Okay, we are going to start with the 3/8 drive Milwaukee, and then once it does everything it can, then we'll move on to the 1/2 inch. Now, we are running a 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter, but it is welded onto the socket. And we have a full battery running the XC 5.0 high output battery, and we're in speed or mode 3 and starting at 150 foot-pounds. Now we're going to start in 50-pound increments and go 450, 500, 550, 600. Okay, still a full battery, still in mode 3, and now we're starting at 450, then 500, then 550, then 600 foot-pounds. I think it may have budged, but not enough for me to give it 600 foot-pounds. So definitely hitting 550. Don't think we're hitting 600. Now we did drop a cell, so maybe a fresh battery might have got that. Now let's take the 1/2 inch and let's go for the 600 foot-pounds. I don't think that was fair because if the other one was moving it. So we're going to take both of these back to 600 foot-pounds. With the 1/2 inch 2563. Okay, that one definitely got 600 foot-pounds. All right, so we know the 1/2 inch got it, and let's just go back and confirm. We don't think that the 3/8 got it, but we'll go ahead. Full 4 bars on the XC 5.0 battery, speed 3, and 600 foot-pounds. Okay, let's go to 650. We have already ruined, that was a brand new bolt. By over torquing it, we've already ruined it. So before we move on, let's take a look at what bolt removal mode does. So I'm going to shift gears here into bolt removal and show you breaking this free in bolt removal mode. And I'm going to pull the trigger and leave my finger on the trigger. You see it came off, but came off very slow. I'm going to go this back on. And you see that it tightened and my finger's still on the trigger. Again, you see my finger's still on the trigger. So auto tighten mode, it's just going to hammer a couple of times. They say around 15 foot-pounds and then stop. Again, I'll take it off. And you see it goes real slow, not full 3,000 RPM coming off. And then going back on, it automatically stops the tool. Keep you from over-tightening critical fasteners. Now, to show you what we're talking about when we get into larger fasteners like this, we're going to go ahead and start back at 600 foot-pounds here. And I have a strong suspicion that we won't break this free at the same 600 foot-pounds that we just broke both of those free. So now we're at 600 foot-pounds. I think the tool just went into protection mode, even though it was moving. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to that. Yeah, it's going into protection mode. It's overheating, but it's moving that. Wow. And now we'll go to the 1/2 inch with the same XC 5.0 battery and 600 foot-pounds. Okay, and nothing there. Now this is interesting because I'm reminded of the Generation 2 mid-torque, the 3/8 put out bigger numbers than the 1/2 inch did, and it just didn't make sense, but it did. We may be running into the same thing here with the Stubby. That's actually multiple times that we've tested it, the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch. And every time the 3/8 is squeaking out a little more than the 1/2 inch is. So now 650 foot-pounds. No. But it broke free 600 foot-pounds where the Milwaukee 1/2 inch would not do the 600 foot-pounds. Did do the 550, but not the 600 in the larger format. Or did do the 600 in the smaller format, just not in the larger format. And let me show you something interesting on the new version versus the old version. We did not point this out earlier, so I wanted to point out a feature that actually helps a lot. And that is, if you'll look in here and you'll see this metal bracket in here that's all one piece. It goes down in here and across here and up here. And there's not one over here. So in the old style Stubby, what could happen is you could get some battery flex in here, as you can see right there. When I push on that gap right there. And that would move when impacting. Whereas on the new one, it's keeping force on those red rails right there, and a lot less movement when it's under stress. So that's keeping that tension on there so that that battery doesn't move around and it doesn't put all the load on the tabs that had a tendency to break. And by the way, the updated batteries also have better tabs on them. Interestingly enough, as we said in the video or in the testing, we had the same thing happen with the M18 fuel mid-torque impact wrench, the Generation 2 mid-torque impact wrench. In the fact that the 3/8 drive eked out a little more power than the 1/2 inch drive did. And over, we still saw the same thing in the Stubby as well, that it would eke out another 25, 50 foot-pounds. Didn't matter what we tested, it just always seemed to have a little more oomph from the 3/8. I don't know if it's spinning it faster or smaller hits or something, but there's only a 1/2 ounce difference in these two. So there can't be a lot of mechanism changes other than just the size of the anvil. And we assumed with more size on the anvil and weight on the anvil that we would see more hit from the 1/2 inch. Wasn't the case. Again, I doubt that you're going to realize that in the seat of your pants in using them. So if you're looking for the biggest and the baddest one of the two, I don't think you'll be able to tell the difference, even though we could over and over on our test bench. But I would go for, if you have a lot of 1/2 inch stuff and that's typically what you use, get the 1/2 inch. If you got a lot of 3/8 stuff and you want 3/8 drive, get the 3/8 drive. I will tell you, the 3/8 is nice to have because when you got your smaller sockets, things like that, and you're busted free, 100, 150 foot-pounds, it's just nicer to use those smaller sockets and drives. But a lot of times, you may have a huge array of 1/2 inch stuff, and that's what you use all the time. Then by all means, go with the 1/2 inch. We think they're both great. In fact, we're going to compare these to the Snap-on Stubby. In fact, that'll probably be up tomorrow, so be sure to check that out. Hey, check these out. You can order these now. They're not really hitting the shelves, I don't think, until September, but I think Acme Tools, Home Depot, several other online tool stores have these available to order. But like I said, I think beginning of September is when you'll actually see these start hitting the shelves. A 5-year warranty on these, $200 for the bare tool, $350 if you want the tool with a 5 amp hour battery and a 2.5 amp hour battery and a charger and a beautiful carrying bag. That's $350. And again, 5-year warranty on that. So hard to beat it. Hey, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. And if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And by all means, if you hated our video, how could you hate M12 Stubbies? Then go ahead and smash that unlike button or that thumbs down or whatever it is. Have a great day and keep smiling.